beautiful, blessed Spice family. Welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. You guys, I have been not out of commission, but I've been focusing on my cooking channel, Cooking with the Spice Queen, and a little bit of other things, trying to get the holidays over, trying to maneuver a whole bunch of things so that I can focus on the Spice Queen TV. So, you guys, I'm here, and I'm well, and I'm blessed, and I hope everybody is as well. We are driving through the beautiful to the beautiful state of Georgia. I'm in a small town right now, just driving through the backwoods. I done hit 2 deers, okay? I done hit 2 deers. My first car, I hit a deer and hit the front bumper on my Malibu, and now on my Kia Soul, the deer just kind of clipped the edge of the right side of my thing because he was running so fast I could hardly see him. He was just fast, it was foggy, and then his heels or his feet, his back feet just kicked up, hit the bottom of the thing, and all you can hear is glass breaking, shattering everywhere. I was just so, oh my God, it's just, in these backwoods right here, you just gotta be careful. You gotta watch out for these deers because they just come out of nowhere, They have no idea that they're just running out in the street. They just think they're running, right? Well, anyway, I hope you guys are doing well and blessed. I am grateful and thankful. 6 years in recovery. 6 freaking years in recovery, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so thankful. I made it to 6 years of being sober. Not a sip, not a whiff, not a think, not a drink. Absolutely grateful and thankful. Thank you, Jesus. So today's video, I'm coming on here because this right here has been a thing that we've been working on. We've been studying. I've been going to classes for things like that, and it's called boundaries. So what I want to use boundaries for is in relationships. Okay, boundaries in relationships, in a healthy relationships. What do you think? Do you think that you should set boundaries when you enter in a relationship, a long-term committed relationship, or just a relationship with friends, with your family, with co-workers, a relationship with a new boyfriend, a new spouse, or whatever? Should you set them boundaries when you first meet that person? You sit down, and you guys know you're getting ready to be in a relationship. Should you have boundaries? I say absolutely yes. You need to set them boundaries before you get into that committed relationship. Because if you don't set the boundaries, guess what happens? You continue to let somebody do what they do, and you never set that boundary. And now you're upset because the person is doing what they started in the relationship, right? So if you don't set that boundary, say for instance, you know this person, let me say for instance, likes to do certain things. Okay, so let's say play the game. Is a gamer, and you go into a relationship letting the person just play the game all day, do the game all day. You didn't set a boundary. You know that this is, not what I like. I don't like a person that's going to be sitting here playing the game all day while, you're not paying me no attention, so you didn't set that boundary. Like me, I set a boundary. I want a person that does not smoke and does not drink. That's just my preference. That's the boundary that I set. Now, if I met a person and the person was a drinker, occasionally drank, and I accepted that, I let that person occasionally drink, what happens when the person starts drinking even more? There's really nothing I could do about it because I didn't set that boundary. I didn't set that boundary that's not what I want. I allowed it to happen. So guess what? Now he went from drinking that one occasional beer that I seen him drinking for just, that first couple of months or that month or maybe even that week to a whole 12-pack of beer. Okay, so now it's out of control. Or even with the cigarette, if he was smoking just, one cigarette a week or whatever, next thing you know, he's smoking marijuana. He's doing all these other things because of that boundary that you didn't set at the beginning of the relationship, right? If you don't set that boundary, then that's just what it is, So setting boundaries in for a good, healthy relationship, whether it's friends, whoever, co-workers, whatever, you go to work, you set a boundary. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to share none of my personal life with people at work. That's setting my boundary. I'm not going to do this at work because I don't want this, and that, because I'm setting the boundary, to the co-workers. You know what I'm saying? Boundaries are important. in a healthy relationship or just in any relationship, boundaries are important, you guys. We have to make sure that we are setting boundaries, especially for me, now that I'm getting ready to be 57, April 5th, 57, yay! 57 and sober, living my life. And let me tell you, I have set so many boundaries, and I feel good setting boundaries, and I feel good saying no when I'm uncomfortable with things, and I feel good just saying no and not feeling guilty, because there was a time in my life when I said no, I felt guilty. I was so guilty for saying no, and I just said yes, 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 and gave everybody what they wanted, what they needed, and I was never giving myself what I wanted and what I needed. And now that I learned those boundaries and learned how to say no, I focus on myself. I make sure that I get what I want, get what I need, and I try to stay healthy as possible when it comes to boundaries, because I tell you what, it's stressful to be in a relationship and it's all over the place. Nobody has a boundary. Nobody has, this or that. It's just all over the place. So, you guys, setting boundaries is a must, especially if you're starting a new relationship, especially when you're an older lady trying to be in a relationship. Because, when you're older, you are set in your ways. You are set in your ways. People are set in their ways. When you get older, you already know what you don't like, know what you don't want. So now when you get in a relationship, you have to work towards that other person. So you have to have boundaries, but you have to bend a little bit when you both have like a boundary that you both agree on, but that other person is doing, something way more than you are. Then you just set the boundaries and you work on it, or whatever the case may be. So, set those boundaries, own up to the boundaries, don't break the boundaries, and keep moving forward. Like, I know a lot of people that have got into relationships right now that are going through crises because they did not set those boundaries. And if they did set the boundaries, they let the boundaries go. They let the boundaries go, and then they just kind of like, you fall in love with somebody and you think, well, just a little bit's not going to hurt, or just a little staying out all night, or just a little gaming ain't going to hurt if you just play that game a couple hours or just an hour, and then a couple hours turn into four turn into every day turn into, oh my gosh, just all the time playing the game because you try to be nice with the boundaries, right? So set your boundaries, be firm with your boundaries, work on when you start a relationship, make sure you're working on positive goals that you're doing together, or you need to know the person's goals. What are your goals? If the person don't got any goals, what are you doing with the person? If a person don't have no goals, no goal in life that they want to do and accomplish, you gotta, I would pick out 3 goals that you have, picked out 3 goals that he has, and see if some of those goals match. Work on the goals together, or work on his goals, work on your goals, but have some type of goals. If you don't have anything that you're working for in your life, or what is the purpose? You know what I'm saying? So have some goals and have some boundaries in the goals and things like that. So I tell you what, it's just being in a relationship is so hard these days because of society, because of the world. Right now, all people are just online dating, and people are looking at how relationships are built on the internet, which those are just not true. They're not that perfect like that. I watch a lot of TikTok, social media on, the crime shows where people will portray this perfect relationship on TikTok or on social media, and it's altogether not true. And guess what ends up happening? In the relationship, somebody ends up getting killed. 9 times out of 10, it's the woman who ends up getting killed. So she's on TikTok, she's sharing her life, she's sharing all these these goals that her and her guys going through, all the good times, all of them laughing and giggling, but we're not seeing what's happening in the dark. Because what brought this person to kill this person on TV? Like they're showing this on TV. What caused this person to commit a crime? No setting boundaries, no nothing. You look like you're having the perfect relationship. So everybody's looking at this like, oh, I want a relationship like that. Oh, I want my relationship like that because I do it. I look at TikTok and I look at Reels and I look at Facebook and I see all these couples doing all these beautiful things, because you can make on TV, on your channel, to make things look like it's perfect, cover up everything and make it look, you're showing what you want people to see. You're not showing the actual reality of what's going on behind closed doors, right? You know, you can portray anything that you want throughout your social media or whatever and not showing what's really happening. Absolutely. I see it all the time on there where people are getting hurt. Things are just, chaotic in the relationship. So I tell you what, I'm trying to be in a healthy relationship. I want to be in a healthy, beautiful relationship, and I want to agree to disagree, and I want to enjoy my spouse's goals. I want him to enjoy my goals. I don't want it to be only one-sided. There shouldn't be an only one-sided relationship. Who does that, where it's all about the one person? No, it shouldn't be that way. So if I don't like certain things, I'm gonna, if you teach me what it is that you like about this thing that you like, I'm gonna grow to love it because you love it. Don't just do it and not tell me about it, and not share with me how it is. Because if you're doing something with me, like I like to cook and I like to do YouTube videos, and if the person doesn't do YouTube videos, I want to share and show how this makes me feel good doing YouTube videos. We just gotta work together on that moment, of being together, right? So boundaries for healthy relationship. Put in boundaries. First and foremost, put in healthy boundaries that you want you and that person to have. Period. And then not only that, I was thinking about sometimes people, I've been noticing couples, if you can't beat them, join them. A lot of relationships that I see going around, you start off with a goal. The woman starts off with a goal, or man, that this is what I'm going to get in the next relationship. I'm going to meet somebody that is a church man. I'm going to meet somebody that doesn't do this, that doesn't do that. But you don't meet it like that. You meet a person that drinks or maybe smokes or does just the opposite of what you're looking for, right? But you end up falling in love with this person. So, and then you think you're trying to fix the person and change the person, but you can't. You can't change that person. So guess what happens? You end up crossing over. You end up, either you're going to go to their side or they're going to come to your side. You know what I'm saying? It's just strange how that happens, where you end up, if you can't beat them, join them. If you go into the relationship trying to change, or you guys just separate altogether, you just separate altogether. But if you can't beat them, you join them, right? Set those boundaries. Set those boundaries so that it doesn't come to you falling in love. If you can't beat them, join them. You set those boundaries. Then when you go into the relationship and if it doesn't work out, then you don't start the relationship. Period. And that's just how I see it. I'm not going to start the relationship if you just can't meet me in the middle with the boundaries. Period. So anyhow, you guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's Let's Talk Tuesday, because I did. And I'm going to continue to talk about boundaries, because it's important. It is very important for a healthy relationship is to have boundaries of what you like, he like, they like, we like, what you're not going to accept. If you're in recovery, you have to set boundaries with people that you hang around. If they know you're in recovery, why are they offering you a drink? You're setting boundaries. Pretty much, I'm not going to be around the person that I know is going to keep offering me a drink. So I got to set that boundary and not be around that person, or set that boundary with that person. Don't offer me a drink when you know that I'm in recovery, right? When I'm in recovery, don't do certain things. So you set that boundary. You let people know up front, yeah, I'm in recovery. Don't go into somewhere blindsided and you don't know where you're at and what's going on. Make sure you know what's going on, and make sure you have set boundaries before you even leave out the house about where you're going, so you won't put yourself in a high-risk situation. You know what I'm saying? Putting yourself in high-risk situations to cause yourself to relapse is dangerous. So make sure you have those boundaries set in place for anything that you do in your lifetime, period. So until the next video, you guys, I have on my stunning shades, my green ones, traveling home, just driving through the backwoods of beautiful Georgia, and it is chilly outside, but it's beautiful. The sun is shining. Everything is just gorgeous, and I truly love it. And I want to thank each and every one of you. Happy New Year. Don't forget to go and check out Cooking with the Spice Queen. Go and show some love and support to that channel. And as I say in every video, holla at your girl. Smoochie.